So it's finally Friday, and I have no plans whatsoever, so we're gonna spend the weekend together. I've been meaning to run some errands and do some things I've been postponing and procrastinating on, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna bring you along with me and we're going to do those things together because I can't seem to be able to do them by myself. Also, I've been meaning to get back to some of my habits that I kind of put aside for the past couple of months. Things like reading. I used to read every single day, quite a lot in fact. I used to go through my TBR much faster than I do at the moment, just reading sporadically here and there. And that is unacceptable. Going back to some language learning, I am trying to learn German as I live in Germany, and just in general doing more self-care things that I used to do more often in the past. So in a nutshell, this weekend's agenda is self-care, spending time with myself, finally getting rid of those things I've been procrastinating on, and relearning the power of habit. Which sounds very epic, but that is because it truly is the base of my existence. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people that base their entire lives on scheduling things, and having a chaotic routine for me just doesn't work. So I need to get back to putting some order in my life, and that's what I'm aiming to do this weekend. We can start by going on a walk because I have not seen the day of light. That did not make any sense, did it? Because I haven't seen the light of day up close and personal in the last couple of days, and my vitamin D deficient body is fighting for its life. So we're gonna do it a favor. This is the outfit of the day to go on my lonely walk. I feel like this is such a waste.
Hi, Edit Indiana here. Let's please just agree to collectively ignore the dirty mirror. The satisfactory cleaning part of the video will fix that later on, I promise. Thank you!
The feeling of an outfit being wasted on a day where nobody's gonna see you or nobody that you know is going to see you is one of the worst in the world. Also, can we not talk about the pile on my nightstand just getting bigger and bigger? See? It's a problem. I need to start reading more again. I might be on a reading slump, but my book hoarding addiction is definitely going at it.
It was a rainy day, as you can see by the huge puddle, so people were not playing on these giant chessboards, but every time I pass by one of these, I can't help but think, what is it? He's going to sacrifice himself? Anyway, terrible impersonations aside, I crossed this part that also happens to be a graveyard. As I mentioned, it had rained, but you can normally find it thriving. People working out, having picnics, and just good energy overall. I must admit, at first it was quite a culture shock, but I suppose it is rather beautiful. The living and enjoying the outdoors next to the dead is somehow making places like this less forgotten and extending their life in a way. And of course, my next stop was the bookstore. Mind you, I'm on a self-imposed book buying ban, but I did allow myself the pleasure of some book browsing, checking out some potential next reads that I might be able to get to once I tackle the critical situation at home. Now, something that I am slightly annoyed at the moment, and possibly forever, is the fact that the German book editions and covers seem to be designed by people who actually like their jobs, while English editions shy in comparison. Look at the spines of these German translations. Why is that? I am talking to you, English-speaking publishing houses. At this point, temptation was starting to get a hold of me, so I decided that I had to leave in order to preserve the last bits of my wallet's dignity and mine. Soon as I got home, it was dinner time, and my cat did not fail to remind me of that, just in case I had forgotten. So I gave her dinner and proceeded to make something quick for myself as well.
Spicy. Why is dating in our times so complicated? I don't understand. I'm just tired, boss. It just seems exhausting. It's quite a paradox. I go on a date, and then the second I arrive there, I'm already like, I want to go home. And not necessarily because I don't like the person. It's more like, oh, this is a lot of effort. You know what I mean? Am I the only one? Please say I'm not. Maybe it is me. Maybe it is me. I would just skip the entire dating phase if I could, but I can't. And that's a problem, because then I will never get to the relationship phase, and that's also a problem. Is it though? I don't know. I'm actually quite comfy. Maybe that's the problem. I'm just too comfortable on my own. I'm doing my job of being independent too well. I think you can call that hyper-independence, in fact, which is a term that I came acquainted with quite recently, and it makes a lot of sense to me. And I guess I'm just too afraid of having my comfort and my independence somehow taken away from me. But I suppose if we don't risk it, we will also never win. Right? Don't get me wrong, I'm really comfortable where I am, but I'm also comfortable because I'm in a place in life where I'm completely fine by myself, and in fact, sometimes I prefer it. But I think almost every single hyper-independent person out there, deep down, wants to be taken care of to see what it feels like. Am I wrong? Do I want that? I don't know. Interesting thought. How are people even meeting people in person anymore? Let me tell you, we are not, especially if you live in Germany. Because let me tell you something. If you want the love of your life to approach you in real life, if you live in Germany, it won't happen. You can forget about it. You can so forget about it. It's not happening, and dating apps are so exasperating. Every time I use them, it feels like I could be doing literally anything else to be using my time better. Have you ever had to tell the same stories over and over and over and over and over and over again? You probably have, and if you didn't, you can consider yourself a very, very lucky person. I envy you. I have friends who can go on 2 or 3, 4 dates a week. No problem. Easy. Me? I go on 1 date, and I'm on a 3-month break. It do be like that? That's just the hard truth. I'm still somebody who believes that one should focus on the things that matter to you and your life and literally let the story play itself. And if somebody pops up along the way and you make sure that it's to make the plot better and not worse, then let it be welcomed. And if not, it's also fine, because you will be living a life that you'll anyway enjoy. Just my 2 cents. For my nighttime routine, mostly I use nowadays niacinamide from Rituals, and also from Rituals hyaluronic acid. I was trying not so long ago 2 different brands of moisturizers, the Laneige Water Bank and the grwm moisturizing cream. I'm not sure about either of these 2. I had to quit using them because I have an acne-prone skin, but it's also not on the oily side. It's quite on the dry/normal side, funnily enough. It's a bit of a strange situation with my skin, but using these 2 products, I was getting such an oily skin. I really had to stop. I was also getting a lot of breakouts, so I quit, sadly, with a lot of pain in my heart. I had to, so I'm sure they work for the right kind of skin. Now I'm just sad because they're just sitting there and they costed a lot of money. I've also been using this eye cream. It's AHC. It's a Korean brand. I was doing my research not so long ago. I think I started using it like a couple months back, and I'm loving it. It's not very oily at all, but it does give me a very, very hydrated feel to my under eye area. So I don't know. I've been loving it. I also put some here because, girl, I'm afraid of those smile wrinkles. I love to smile, means you're living a happy life, but I'm not a fan of wrinkles, so I'm gonna keep using this baby. In case you didn't know this, it's very important that you tap when you're applying your eye cream because you don't want to stretch the skin even more. You don't want to accelerate your aging even more. Any pulling of the eye area that we can avoid, we should avoid. More Laneige also for the lips. Can you tell I'm obsessed with Laneige? I'm going to call it a day, but not before I read a little bit, because as I mentioned earlier today, I do want to retake my habit of reading 30 minutes at least every single night before I go to sleep. Once I get in bed, that's the cue to my brain that we're winding down, day's over, and this is the last thing we're doing. Right now, I'm reading Anastasia by Sophie Lark. I'm actually loving this book, but I've been dragging it on for months now. I feel like 1 or 2 months, I believe. It's not because I'm not liking it. By
by any means. It's all a matter of me being in a reading slump. I don't think it's the book's fault. It doesn't help that it's a slow one, that's for sure, but it's slow in a good way. It's a retelling of the Anastasia story. Maybe you know the non-Disney movie. That was always my favorite. So when I heard there was a book about it, I didn't walk. I ran to get it. So yes, sure, it's a slow burn. It's based on the true Romanov story, but with a magic twist. And of course, it is a retelling. So a lot of the things here didn't actually happen. It's just a reimagining with a happier ending, allegedly. I haven't gotten there yet, but that's what the author says. And I was really looking forward to read it. So the book is not the problem. It is me. I am the problem. So it's 10:37 and we're going to try and read for 20-30 minutes at the very least. I'm really trying to get back to my going to sleep at a decent time habit. I've had a very ruined sleeping schedule lately. Having read the book Why We Sleep, missing one single night of good sleep is terrifying, and I have been missing on many of them. So this nonsense needs to stop.
I want to show you how beautiful the illustrations in this book are. Almost every single page has something like this. This is by far my favorite illustration. Isn't it giving Disney vibes? How beautiful are these, please? The book is filled with them. Absolutely incredible.
If you've watched Bridgerton, this, in a way, kind of reminds me of that. So if you're a fan, that's another reason for you to read this book. I haven't even finished it yet, and I'm already recommending it. Who am I? It is 1:52, 11:52 p.m. I think it's time. So I think it's time to say goodnight.
Another great day in Munich. Why is nobody shocked? I am not ready for this day.
Just as a little tip, don't wash your face with soap in the morning or with like whatever soap of preference you have. Most of the skin types don't really need it. It's actually too much. You're stripping your skin of too many oils and that might result in more oil production and we don't want that. We want our skin to be able to self-regulate. So in the nighttime, soap is okay. You want to remove everything from your face, from your makeup, pollution, everything. But in the morning, it's really not necessary. I don't even know why I took this off. I have to put it back on. Anyway, I have not made my bed. Don't judge me. I used to do it first thing in the morning, but then I learned that's actually not good. You should leave your bed undone for at least 30 minutes after you wake up because mites love a humid environment. And if you just woke up and immediately make the bed, it's gonna make them thrive even more. And the way to reduce the amount of mites you have in your bed is to always let it get some air for at least 30 minutes and then you can make your bed. So that's what I've been doing actually. And also my vacuum cleaner that I'm gonna show you because we're going to do that as well today. It's specific for furniture and for mites and all sorts of microscopic organisms that we don't see with our bare eyes. It just makes such a huge difference, especially because at night I normally used to get a lot of allergies and I could barely breathe anymore. The before and after is super clear for me. I don't normally do foundation every day anymore, but today I have actually quite a bit of a breakout, so we're going to need it. I'm so curious to hear this. Is everybody's good side the left one? Because my good side is definitely the left one. Yeah, we're sticking to this side. I heard that the left one is normally the one side that people like the most for some reason. But then I also read that in fact it is a side where you also chew most of the time. And that actually makes sense. I do chew on the left one. Is that why my jaw is a little bit more pronounced on this side? Should I start chewing on my right one? As you have very well observed, I'm not having breakfast first thing in the morning. I'm also avoiding to do that the first hour or so that I wake up if I can, because it's really going to take a lot of energy away from you if you have food first thing in the morning. Because of the digestion process, it just slows you down, and what I want is to get activated in a natural way. I'm trying to hold on. That's why I normally get ready first and then I go ahead and have some food. It's like a little reward, you know? Sometimes I go to bed thinking about breakfast. That cannot be healthy. How did we go from loving matte skin and repulsing every single product that made us shine just a little bit to this? I used to be that person who hated every single shine on my skin, felt like I was greasy, but now I'm using products to look greasy. How times change. Okay. The more kisses I give her, the faster she leaves. That's what I call being ungrateful. Using bronzer to trick everybody into believing I am not as pale as I am is my passion, and you cannot tell me otherwise. What should I have for breakfast? I hate taking decisions. I honestly understand Mark Zuckerberg with his wardrobe choice. I get it. I get not wanting to choose what the hell you're gonna wear every single day. I get it. Decisions are exhausting, and that, friends, is why habits are so easy. They're not easy to form, but once you have a habit, you don't have to think anymore. Your brain knows the way. It just walks through it. The Power of Habit. Great book, by the way. It's one of those books that you have to read in your lifetime. Trick. Before you seal your under eye, use a beauty blender again to get rid of any wrinkles that might have been, what happened here? Make sure to go in with a beauty blender and get rid of any wrinkles that might have been created here and here in the meantime. You don't want to seal those in. So last night I read about 30-40 pages of Anastasia, and the plan today is to keep reading some because I would really love to make some progress with it. I feel like I'm getting close to the half. I'm almost there basically. It frustrates me a little bit because I used to read so much more in one single sitting in the past. While I did have this habit down to go to bed and read right before sleeping, I somehow did not find a way yet to make myself go to bed early enough so that I have at least 1 hour, just so I feel like I'm making more progress. 20 minutes in, I am really tired and falling asleep. So my reading goals are not manageable with the way I am managing my time right now. So that is something I'm going to try and change. And today, in between all of the things that I have to get done, I'm gonna try to take some breaks in between and read a little bit as a little reward. This mascara will forever be my favorite. I just realized I forgot a highlighter. Okay. We're gonna solve this crisis. It's okay. It's just too early. Shit happens. I cannot leave with a highlighter. This has to go on. I don't care. I do not care. Think it might be working? Okay. I think this is acceptable. I can live with that. I am obsessed in a pretty unhealthy way with these lip injection lip liners from Too Faced. I discovered them some months ago, and since then, it's basically the only thing I use. I'm not gonna fix my hair too much because I'm probably gonna end up putting it in some sort of updo. What I'm gonna do now is go get some breakfast.
So what we're going to do today is something the internet likes to call reset day. My apartment is not as huge a disaster as it can get because normally I like to do a split cleaning throughout the week. I rarely do one single day of deep cleaning anymore. I like to split throughout the day my cleaning tasks, so to say. And honestly, it saves me so much more time. And it also feels like I don't have to do so much to maintain my place because normally I do a little bit of the basics every day. I tidy up every day. I try to clean my kitchen every day. I don't like to go to bed with a dirty kitchen. I hate that. Not to say I still don't do it sometimes. We're all human here. This is a judging-free space, all right? Like for instance, I vacuum and clean the floor every second day. That is not something I can split too much. I live with a cat and I also live with myself, unfortunately. Once a week I deep clean my kitchen and then another day I deep clean my bathroom and so on and so forth. So this has really helped me maintain a really stable level of cleanliness in my apartment and I'm really digging that. I haven't seen my apartment this messy in a while and that's that. I would also like to repot all my plants. Look, I'm a great cat mom, but a plant mom? That's a whole other story. It might seem easier to you, but to me, cats don't talk, but they bite your feet if you don't feed them. Unfortunately, plants cannot do that. So figuring out when they need water or how much water they need, that is something I'm still working on right now. We're doing our best. I feel like a repotting is long overdue. Hopefully it stops raining so I can do that on my balcony, just so I avoid making a huge mess inside. What am I saying? A bigger mess. That's something else I would like to do today. Plus running a couple more errands and I'm not sure if I need to buy something for groceries. Maybe I should check that because in Germany, nothing is open on Sundays. No supermarkets, no shops, no anything. Cafes, restaurants, entertainment stuff aside, the rest of the things are closed. You have no idea how long it took me to get used to that because I used to forget and how many times I ended up starving on Sundays because I was not prepared. This is very random. I have reached a point in my life where the ugliest I go to bed, the better I wake up. And that is to say, a week ago, I bought myself a bonnet, a satin bonnet, and it makes such a huge difference. I only wash my hair once a week, and I tend to have to style my hair every single day, which ruins it completely. I am aware of that. But wearing the satin bonnet every single night, it preserved my hair so well, I did not have to touch it for the entire week. The discovery of the year. Everything that makes you look prettier the next day makes you look absolutely horrendous for the night.
I started out by cleaning the kitchen as it was messier than I would like to admit. And if I have one single piece of advice to give to you, if like me, you are somebody who doesn't have enough space for a draining rack in their kitchen, or anything else really, that would be get yourself a silicone draining mat such as this one. Now, it's a lifesaver and it makes the dishwashing and drying process so much faster.
So I need to restock my salt dispenser. This is sea salt, it's like whole grain. Normally you can find bags for restocking, but I couldn't find it at my supermarket. So I bought the whole bottle. I don't use these anymore because apparently using plastic pepper or salt meals eventually results in microplastics being served into your food as well. Essentially, the more you grind it, you're also grinding the plastic at some point because of deterioration. What I saw is that ceramic ones are way better so that doesn't happen.
I tried enjoying the process of changing my bedding uninterrupted while it lasted, but that wasn't very long, as you can see. She can be in the deepest of the sleeps, but as soon as I start taking my sheets off the bed, off she goes to inspect. Oh, that rhymed. I didn't know I was a poet. But of course, I also cannot really resist the cuteness.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Does anybody else slap their pillows like I do? I feel like it helps. Take my frustrations away at least. I have no idea how to sew, but I'm gonna have to learn because I need to fix this dress. Somehow this strip has just said goodbye and it just was done with life, I suppose. So now I have to find a way to fix this because I love this dress. I don't want to have to get rid of it or take it somewhere to get it fixed because I know I want to do that. So it's gonna have to fall on me.
I do, and she undoes. I really don't think that's fair, miss. Finding a spot on my bookshelves for the books that I've been buying lately has been challenging. I did some very light rearranging to fit some of the ones I have sitting on my nightstand that I am not currently reading, but kind of unsuccessfully so, as I ended up having to return a couple to their original temporary place and pretending that it is completely intentional.
My birthday was last month and a friend of mine gifted me something that's so cute. This Summer Stories kit. It's stories by Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, Catherine Mansfield, and Edith Wharton. And they're super cute. They're like small little booklets. You see that? How cute is that? Also, the box is also the cutest thing. I'm in love with this. I just can't imagine myself going to a park wearing a very cute dress and just reading by the lake, waiting for my Mr. Darcy to come get me. I just love. And also, she also gave me this Jane Austen collection. Look at that spine. Just look at that spine. Is that not beautiful? It contains Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Persuasion. I already have some of these. I actually have multiple copies of some of these, but I can never have enough. They are so cute. Look at this! There are so many collectibles like this at the Hugendubel, which is the biggest bookstore here in Germany, I believe. And I buy basically all of my books there, and they are just amazing. They have many collections of these. They also have collections from Sherlock Holmes, Edgar Allan Poe. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting, there are more. Anyway, they have a lot of classic collections, special editions like this, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I just don't really know where to put it on my bookshelf right now. I fully ran out of space, but it's fine. We're gonna have to reorganize my entire bookshelf and potentially get new bookshelves as well because I don't have enough for all the books I keep buying. So yeah. Also, the ones that I still have on my nightstand, there are also 2 new ones that I haven't started. They surely are on my TBR as half of my bookshelf, to be honest. I honestly don't know where to put them either. So anyway, they're just gonna have to hang in there for now.
This vacuum cleaner is definitely one of the best things I've purchased lately in terms of cleaning supplies. It's a mite, dust, and dander cleaner. You'd be surprised how much nastiness comes out of our beddings where we sleep every night and the furniture where we sit on daily. It also has a small screen that shows you real time how dirty a certain surface is. The higher the percentages shows, the nastier. You need this for your adult life to be truly adulting. Trust me.
That is quite a bit of dust, mites, dander, if you ask me. Look at that. Yeah, this was necessary. What's that? The way it's pouring outside, girl. Whoops, I didn't realize I was still wearing my messy bun situation. Anywho, I finished with the cleaning, but I still have some things to do. It's raining cats and dogs outside, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna manage that because most of the things I still have to do are things that I have to do leaving my house, which is gonna be fun. Diana, don't you know umbrellas exist? Yes. Yes, they do. And yes, I know. However, I need to carry things and I'm still gonna get wet. So no funno here. But we're still doing them because I've been postponing those things for too long and I just cannot do it anymore. This weekend is gonna be the weekend where I cleanse my to-do list of these little things that are just annoying to do. They don't even take that long. They're just annoying. And so I end up postponing them way more than I should. We're going to take care of that and I'm going to get them done for good. I have to say, I'm surprised that I didn't even need to take breaks. I am somebody who's a huge fan of the Pomodoro method. In case you're not familiar with it, it basically consists of taking a break every 40-45 minutes of work, if I remember correctly. But I have to say, I was really in the flow. And sometimes when I'm in that zone, I just like to let myself vibe with it, especially if I do work where I have to sit down for long periods of time because your focus just goes away. It's not there anymore after a certain time. And I find that I can work for a longer time if I take breaks more often. For physical work, however, such as cleaning, I don't mind if I'm in the zone, just letting myself go as much as I can. I used to be really bad at getting myself to do things. Even simple tasks seemed like a huge deal somehow. To be honest, something that worked for me, it might sound quite stupid, but at the same time, it helped a lot. First of all, not really giving myself the chance to think too much about doing the thing that I want to do, because the more I think about something, it feels like a bigger deal than it actually is, and my brain is always trying to convince me why I shouldn't do something. And so just having a list of what you want to get done on a certain day and just going through that list, not really thinking it through so much, and having that list done actually helps a lot. So if you're somebody that also struggles like I used to with that, this is definitely something that you should try. It's past lunchtime already, so I'm going to get some food first, and then I'm going to try and read a little bit in German. I've mentioned this in my other videos, but I'm trying to learn German since I live in Germany. And one of the ways I've been doing that's how I learned English as well, in fact, is by reading books that I would normally read in the target language, so to say. I've been reading in my Kindle, The Silent Patient, and I find that reading books in a language that one doesn't really control much, or like you're still trying to learn, on the Kindle, it's the best way. You can just install a dictionary, and also if you have internet connection or Wi-Fi connection, then you can just automatically translate by tapping on the word or words that you don't understand. So it's been helping a lot. Very convenient. I would like to do that. I used to do that in the past every single day. My goal was at least 15 minutes. I wanted to make the habit as ridiculous sounding as possible, and 15 minutes is really nothing. Sometimes you're not even done with a chapter in 15 minutes. I was succeeding in the past quite a lot. But just like my other habits, it kind of fell through the cracks. So I'm going to try to regain that. And today is a day for me to start doing it again. I'm going to have some food, and then I'm going to try to read The Silent Patient for 15 minutes. And then we're going to continue to check some things off our list. And my reward will be getting to read some more Anastasia. Sounds like a plan? Yes, it does. Of course it does. Let's get to it.
The plan is to get rid of these bottles. These are fund bottles, which means all the bottles, especially plastic ones that have this symbol in Germany, you can return and they give you back some of the money that you paid for the bottle, which is basically the container. This is for recycling purposes. Some people don't throw these away and they can be recycled more easily. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to bring it to the supermarket. That's where you can return it. And they give you a little discount ticket for all the fund that you collected that you can use at the same supermarket. And we're also going to get rid in the same trip of the glass bottles that don't have any fund. And we got ourselves €2.40 discount, which is awesome because inflation, honey.
I'm back. I don't know how, but I am. I was lucky though, because the rain actually stopped for the time that I was outside. So all in all, it could have been worse. Now, I realized on the way back that I have an issue. I actually didn't get to fixing my dress yet. And my issue number 2 is that I don't really know how to fix it. I wish I could just call my mom right now, but I can't. I have to figure it out by myself because apparently I am a grown woman, whatever that means. So I'm trying to figure out how the other one is done. Like it's just a strip that just broke and the difference, I'm not sure. All right. I'm gonna have to turn to Mr. YouTube for this, I think. Give me a second. So I checked a couple of tutorials and I decided I still don't know how to do it because my dress's case is very particular and I discovered I don't have the patience for this. So, well, we're going to just try to wing it and hope for the best. That could perfectly be my life slogan. However, I do have my sewing kit, which I got last year or 2 years ago. I'm not sure exactly when. That I don't really know how to use, but it makes me feel like a bit of a pro. Okay, this is a mess. This is a mess. Oof, didn't remember leaving it like this. If this is not being a pro, I don't really know what is. Are you proud of me yet? I'm getting overwhelmed here. All right, so the other one goes essentially, I'm not really sure if you can see it, but the other strip goes like this. So it's kind of attached with these two little lines here, and I'm going to try to imitate that on the other side. And the other strip should be attached to this little spot here. So, or here. I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna do our best. This shouldn't be so difficult, should it? It cannot be so difficult. It's just 2 little threads that I have to attach to this side somehow. Okay, I'm making this a bigger fuss than it should be. It looks simple enough. I need a brown. Okay, which brown is matching best? This brown? Looks close enough. This one? Is this black? No, this is not black. They look the same to me. I'm just gonna stick to the first one. Seems like the safe choice. Ow! Fuck. I am not made for this. Okay. Now what? Alright. We can totally do this. We can totally... Do I need this much? Just to be safe. It's probably too much. Is it? I don't know. Where's the needle? Oh, there it is. I panicked for a second there. How is passing a thread through a needle so difficult? Is this gonna be more difficult than the actual sewing? Wait a minute, I think I have a tool for this. I'm pretty sure this is something you use to pass this through, but I'm not exactly sure how. Where's the other end? Alright, we got it. Now how? Now what? Huh? If I put this through the needle, why does it not want to go? Oh, alright. So this little thingy is going through it, but the actual thread is not. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. How in the heavens? This is not working. I feel like I have the theory right, but the practice, the actual doing it, is kind of tricky. Okay, I'm gonna try something else. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna do... I don't know why this would work if that didn't. I guess I'm delulu enough. This is not working. Okay, I'm gonna try it again with my own finger. Oh, that was so close. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Maybe it's just a needle. It has to be the needle. Maybe the needle is defective. I don't know. It cannot be me. I am not this dumb. Maybe I just need a bigger needle. Is this too big? Nah. You're the one. You're my only hope. You have to do this for me, okay? Make this easy. Don't go back. 20 minutes later. I feel like my ancestors would be outraged by what you're seeing this evening. Sorry to disappoint. Alright, now comes the tricky part. Actually, I don't think it can get any worse than that. This one was on the right side to this. Alright. I'm just gonna go in. Should I just go like this? Fuck it, I'm just gonna do the first one. Alright. Weird through. Will this hold? I hope. I certainly freaking hope so. Why is it not good? Okay, this needle was definitely too big. What happened here? Okay. We don't panic. We're doing great, honey. What is this doing here? Oh, this doesn't seem right. But is it holding it? I think I might have fixed it. Alright. Oh? What? Now I know what not to do. So one more time. Moment of truth. I'm going to try to pull from the strand and see if it rips again. Let's see. Okay, seems secure enough. It's not looking great, but looks good enough. We did it, people. Now, if I'm suddenly naked in the middle of the street, that's another story. I don't care, but I fixed it. For now, it looks like it's fixed. So I'm gonna take a win where I get one. Wait until I tell my mom about this. She's gonna be so proud. I've been looking forward to this moment the entire day. So finally, it has come. Last night, I stopped at page 270. This is where I left it, and I think I read about 30 pages. I mean, the sheets are on the bigger side, so I'll say that in my defense. I'm just going to try to read until I get tired enough to go to bed. So that's the plan tonight, and I love my Saturday night plan. No matter how much you want to tell me that it's not a cool plan, I think it's freaking cool. Also, before I get into it, I did read some Silent Patient as well. I read only one chapter while I was having lunch, which was enough. They are long chapters. Normally they're like 15-20 minute chapters sometimes. For today, it was not that bad, although I would have liked to read a little bit more. But anyway, granted, I had a lot to do today, so it's fine. I'm on chapter 9. I cannot tell you exactly the page because I'm reading it on my Kindle, so it's not very accurate. I'm about 33% into the book, if that tells you anything. I'm actually really digging it, but it's also a very slow book, which is not really helping on my getting out of my reading slump cause. But nonetheless, it's really interesting. We're following two people, two main characters. One of them is Alicia Berenson, I believe that was her last name. And from the very beginning of the book, she killed her husband. But we don't really know why. Nobody knows why, because she just won't speak anymore since the night that happened. The other main character is Theo. He's a psychotherapist, and he ends up being on a mission to try and make Alicia speak again. So far, it's intriguing. There's a whole nother plot for Theo as a character with a story of his own. Honestly, the only thing that bothers me, maybe a little bit, is that there's really a lot of details on Theo's life. So I'm not really sure. I'm trying to comprehend why all those details are so relevant to Alicia's story, because seemingly they have no connection whatsoever. I just don't really get that, but it must be relevant somehow, right? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. That's the whole point of thrillers, right? Reading German for at least 15 minutes a day, check. So I got my lemon water with salt because electrolytes, and we're just gonna jump straight into it. When reading this book, I've been listening to a Russian classical music playlist on Spotify, and honestly, it's such a vibe. It goes perfectly with this. I'm still dying with these pictures. How are they so pretty? The prose in this book is so beautiful. The way Sophie Lark writes, it's so descriptive and so beautifully done. It's surely a slow burner, but every single line is so worth it. At this point, I'm really not sure where this is going, but I'm so invested.
And this, people, is exactly why I don't read these kind of books in public.
How cool is this? I truly cannot get over these. This is no spoiler because I really don't know what's gonna happen. But Rasputin, the way they portray him, like, this is supposed to be Rasputin. If you tell me Rasputin, judging on history or even the Disney movie, I think villain. And he definitely is a villain in this book, but somehow, I don't know. Okay, Rasputin. He doesn't seem to be the love interest here, but just saying, I would not be mad. That is all, okay? That is all.
You know you're getting tired when you just keep sliding down and down and down on your couch or the bed? Yeah, I think I've gotten there. I made it to page 300, which I'm really proud of because just by 2 days of reading, I already made so much progress. And I could have probably made some more, but I did use my day otherwise. So I think I can be proud of myself. We're just gonna call it a night. I'm going to get ready for bed and I will see you tomorrow. Good night. I did end up having some spontaneous plans with other human beings on Sunday and participating in society after all. So this vlog sadly comes to an end with this cute footage of me tiring Safira out before bedtime so she doesn't bite my feet when I'm trying to sleep. I will see you in the next video. With love, Diana.